Welcome to Council Action. My name is Elizabeth Kautz. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council Action is the summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, August 8, 2017. The meeting was called to order at 100 Civic Center Parkway in the council chambers. And we begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And then we move on to our announcements. Our announcements have to do with all of our upcoming meetings. Council meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, August 22nd at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, September 5th at 6:30 p.m. We have a work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, August 15th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, September 12th at 6:30 p.m. And then we also have all of our truth and taxation meetings schedules. And our work session for the max tax is Tuesday, August 15th at 6:30 p.m. And then we adopt the maximum tax levy on Tuesday, September 5th at 6:30 p.m. And then we move on to our department budget presentations, and that's Tuesday, October 24th at 6:30 p.m. And then we dive deep into our budget work sessions, and that's Tuesday, November 14th at 6:30 p.m. And another budget work session on Tuesday, November 28th at 6:30 p.m. And then we adopt the budget and the final levy on Tuesday, December 5th at 6:30 p.m. Also, we have a governance meeting that's scheduled for Tuesday, August 22nd at 7 p.m. and Tuesday, September 5th at 6:30 p.m. We had a great presentation from Centerpoint Energy that came to us to present a grant for $2,500 for the fire department. And then we move on to citizens' comments. No one came before the City Council to speak to any issues, and there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. And we move on to the consent agenda. And the first item on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We also approved claims listing, and we approved and accepted the quotes and awarded the contract for the construction of a 90-foot advanced metering infrastructure collection tower in North River Hills Park for the AMI Capital Improvement Project. We also approved the amendment of communication site lease agreement with T-Mobile LLC at Burnsville Maintenance Facility located at 13713 Frontier Court. And we approved a resolution declaring the cost to be assessed, approving preparation of the assessment rolls, and calling for hearings on the proposed assessments for code enforcement charges for the first half of 2017. And we also approved the Joint Powers cost-sharing agreement for pictometry. And we approved the replacement of the enterprise access control system for city facilities. And we approved a resolution calling for the public hearing on proposed assessments for 2017 street reclamation, 2017 street rehabilitation, Lady Bird Lane improvement, heart of the city area operations and maintenance, including the Burnsville Parkway and Nicollet Avenue, and miscellaneous assessments. We accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the groundwater treatment plant generator and rehabilitation project. We also approved and accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the 36-inch water main decommissioning project. And we approved and authorized the project plans and specifications and ordered the advertisement for bids for the 2017 Parks Bituminous Concrete and Trail Project. And we approved and authorized the final design and development of the plans and specifications for the Lake Marion Greenway Rose Bluff Trail segment. And we approved the application for the city of Burnsville for a conditional use permit amendment to allow a 99-foot tall monopole tower with antennas, rezoned the outlot F and G at Mill Pond's second edition from Park Planned Unit Development to Park Plan Unit Development Amendment to remove the parkland from the Mill Pond PUD, a preliminary and final plat of a one-lot subdivision to be known as North River Hills Park, located at 11501 19th Avenue South. And we approved the rezoning, the Plan Unit Development Amendment, the Conditional Use Permit Amendment, the preliminary and final plat, and we adopted the findings of fact and the ordinance. A lot of this has to do with housekeeping. And in the consent agenda, we approved the application of Mosaic Group Nutrition LLC for a preliminary and final plat of a one-lot industrial subdivision of Cargill East, a variance for the existing structure and conditional use permit to allow work within the Minnesota River flood plan to upgrade the existing levee at 3860 Cliff Road West. We approved the preliminary and final plat, the conditional use permit, and the variance, and we adopted the findings of fact. That was the end of the consent agenda, and we move on to the regular agenda. The first item on the regular agenda was a public hearing, and this was to approve a reseller's license for Tradefast LLC. This item was presented, and there were no questions of staff. I opened the public hearing. No one spoke to the item, closed the public hearing, and the item was approved. Item 6 was an application to approve Eden Baptist Church for a planned unit development amendment to build a 4,000 square foot pavilion located at 1313 Highway 13 East. We approved the planned unit development amendment agreement, and we adopted the findings of fact and the ordinance. And item 7 was an update, and I'd ask that you please tune into the City Council meeting to hear the update on the Drinking Water Protection Overlay District update. This is very important because we have been working on this, and for the last 3 years we put an overlay district so that we protect the water source for the city of Burnsville and our neighbors, and that's the aquifer. So please tune in and hear the update. It was very thorough. Mr. Albrecht, our Public Works Director, gave a very, very thorough update on the Drinking Water Protection Overlay District. Please tune in. There were no other items to come before us, and the meeting was then adjourned. And I'd like to remind you that council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight. And the City Council meetings replay at various times on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsville.org. I'm Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me, and continue to make a difference.